Would you the members of the sub support this sub going dark to protest the API ban? Why or why not? Our Ask Reddit is the second biggest sub only after an official one, so going dark will most likely have an impact. If the main subs don't, the protest is probably DOA. A protest that isn't inconvenient isn't a protest. Yes, of course. I don't use any third-party apps, but fully support this. Reddit's main product is us, the users, and they are showing how much disdain and disregard they have for their users with this ending and poorly planned cash grab. Yes, because I'm tired of my entire existence being seen as a profit opportunity to those already rich beyond reason. Yep. I use the official app, but letting these changes go through unopposed would be giving Reddit the idea that they could just fuck us over whenever they felt like it. If it can spare me from the incessant questions about sex for at least 2 days, then yes, this sub should shut down. Being in protest is just a bonus. Yes. The API ban will have a deeply negative impact on the functionality of Reddit for everyone far beyond those using third-party apps. Yeah, I'm all for it. I use the official app because I just don't give a fuck about ads and the like. But I know I'm in the minority there and I want people who aren't me to continue to have a good experience. Lol. Absolutely, for myself, I was late to the party and used Reddit's own app and didn't even know about Apollo Company. This situation taught me something new and I understand the frustration. I've never used the Reddit app and extremely rarely will I use Reddit on PC. Have always used and preferred Apollo. Most of us are quitting Reddit altogether because of this. Needs to be 7 days long. 2 days is just pussyfooting around the problem. Reddit won't give a fuck. The subs should go offline. To be honest, I want them Reddit to face a real threat of going out of business so they can put their shit together. I support all subs imploding and leaving only Pornhub. Let's see Spez try to sell Reddit after that. I've been using the Reddit app on my phone always. Didn't know about alternatives. So this is not a big deal to me, but I understand how it can be to others. I hope the admins block the mods from shutting down the subs. I want to see this place turn into a total dumpster fire. I don't understand or really care about it as I don't use third-party apps. But I'm always down for a good protest. Please don't crucify me, I genuinely do not understand what's going on, even after reading that hella long thread about Apollo, unsure what that even is being shut down. What's going on? Why wouldn't people just use the Reddit app? Layman's terms, please. Yes. Reddit has done nothing but acted absolutely scummy this whole time. Accusing third-party apps of blackmail, using half-assed non-answers for most questions, overall being closeted and hypocritical as always. Consider this a vote yes. I say shut it the fuck down. The default subs will get resurrected with or without the mods, but let's see how well they fare without the slave labor. No, because giving the API away for free is a bad business model. Reddit can go bankrupt and go away completely. I would rather lose apps than lose Reddit. People that truly love the third-party apps could have paid for them to exist. I think I'll just sign out and remove Reddit from my phone. The whole thing is pretty gutless after that Tencent half acquisition went through. I don't use any of the third-party APIs, but it's valuable just to show that Reddit users will get together and push back against unpopular decisions. Absolutely. Ask Reddit is gigantic and one of the primary subs on Reddit as a whole. We need the biggest subs to go dark for any type of message to be sent. Shut it down indefinitely until the policy is reversed. I'm deleting my account on the 29th and protest and start a YouTube channel to fill my time. Yes, and it should stay down until the API policy is reversed. Reddit exists because of its community. It would be really nice to see want and greed be punished for once in my life. If third-party apps are banned, I'll be going dark permanently, along with many others. Ball is in their court. Sure, but this going dark for 2 days thing is pretty weak. Mods are hyping it up with long protest speeches and acting like they're making this difficult decision for the greater good. It's 2 fucking days of the sub being locked, who gives a shit? I only use Apollo, so I'll honestly stop using Reddit altogether. Not that that's a bad thing. Maybe I'll start reading books again. Ironic how Reddit's leadership is so inclusive and diverse and progressive, yet when it comes to their own pockets, they're no different. Everyone fell for the virtue signaling and thought they were the good guys. Nah, oh no. Subs are going dark for 2 days. I'm sure Reddit is shaking in their boots. If you truly care, nuke the subreddits completely forever. If they take away, I will leave Reddit. And I don't mean that as a threat or anything. New Reddit is so visually poor I can't use it. I'd support the entire site falling into the abyss. Just saying. It's a nice distraction but doesn't really make my life better. Do what you want. Hell yeah, but honestly it needs to be much longer to really hurt Reddit. 2 days is a blip. A month would kill them. Oh, and fuck CEO you spez. You? Lying? Sack of shit. So the idea is for a bunch of people who already aren't being shown ads to stop using the site and think that will have an effect somehow. Something like that would probably only work if all of the official app users decided to go dark, since we are the only ones seeing Reddit's ads and thus affecting the money, right? I don't care. I think Reddit isn't largely a predatory business, despite the hatred being drummed up lately. The owners of the third-party apps have been making bank of someone else's platform for years. If I owned Reddit I'd be charging them too. I use a standard app and it's fine. Why the fuck wouldn't we? I intend to leave Reddit behind on the 12th completely, and only if I hear through some other channel that they've decided to reverse the policy then I'll reconsider. No. They're going to do it anyway and you're just depriving me of hours of mindless scrolling. You're all going to come back on anyway, so I really don't see the point. Of course not. I wish people would grow the brain cells required to realize that 2 days of being quiet is going to solve jack shit, as that is about as inconvenient as a gentle spring breeze and will just leave people a bit more bored instead of scrolling their favorite subreddits. No. The whole protest thing is silly. Can't we just let Reddit do what Reddit wants to do? Why do the inmates always try to run the asylum? No, pretty sure the people who give a shit about it are the no-life Redditors. If they want to leave, go for it, absolutely. Much like how is Bro OTC and Twitch, soon enough, Reddit is about to learn a very tough lesson. Fuck around, find out. There's no good forum competitor for Reddit, so don't expect much from the June 12th blackout. You'll come crawling back here on the Reddit app. Downvote me all you want, but you know deep down that it's true. Company spends millions developing product. People use product. Company decides to charge for product. People surprised Pikachu face. I'm bummed thinking about all the subs I won't be able to check on, but I think it's going to be necessary. So I'm new to Reddit and have only used the mobile version. Despite people trying to explain to me what's what, I don't understand. Pass. It's mostly the super mods upset they will have to actually moderate instead of letting their bots do it based off of report volume and key phrasing. This affect about 0.05 of the user base. It's not going to change anything, and nobody will even remember what it was about a month from now. So it'll be inconvenient for me when I'm bored at work and have to scroll through Facebook instead of Reddit for 2 days. I understand the intention, and that's all groovy, but for the above reason, I don't support it. DOA. The monetization of the API has everything to do with the upcoming IPO. When this has been attempted in the past, Reddit has cautioned moderators that if it was attempted again the entire moderation teams would be permanently banned and the subreddits taken over by Reddit administration. Don't know if it's true, that's just what I've heard. Yes, because fuck current Reddit. But also no, because Reef is already shutting down, so it won't really change anything. As someone who uses old Reddit on a PC, I don't care. I'm just ready for it to be over so I can stop seeing all the announcements of blackouts. Stop with the nonsense. There are too many people that use this for that to be a thing. You are not going to get enough people to go dark to make a difference. If you really don't like it, just leave. There are bigger things to concern yourself with in the world today, to be honest. I fully oppose the idea of any sub going dark in protest. Protesting is a massive waste of time and only puts a target on your back for retaliation. Just keep your head down and accept reality. Also, they do not owe you anything. You are using their property and they have full right to do with it as they please. Do it. What's a day or two in the grand scheme of things if the platform assumed a lasting detrimental change? Yes. In fact, if continued free use and free speech could be guaranteed without also destroying the platform entirely, I'd support Reddit becoming a public utility. But, alas, doesn't matter to me. I've decided to delete my shit on June 31st and take a break from social media for at least July. Everyone else should too, just so Reddit sees a huge drop in numbers. Yes and no. Yes, because they can't musk the API, I refuse to let them musk IT. And no, because then the stupid questions would just go elsewhere. If you don't support the dark subreddit movement, you should at a bare minimum not access Reddit for 2 days during that time. I honestly don't care about this third-party app going dark thing. None of it has any bearing on my life. I personally wouldn't care. They aren't going to stay dark for long. And this sub is generally a waste of time anyway. When was the sexiest sex you've ever sexed in your sex while being sexed by your ex-sex? I'm not affected by the issue at all, but I support any effort to preserve user choice and stop corporate overreach. We really don't have a choice in the matter. If the mods decide to shut it down, what can we do about it? Yes. I will miss it, but it is necessary. This is Facebook levels of Cloak and Dagger. It is one thing, and one thing only $grab. Yes and no. I support people's interests, but in the protests, I personally couldn't give less of a shit about it. If the API changes ruin Reddit, I don't really care, I'll move on. Reddit is not life. Will its mods start charging Reddit for their work? Reddit wants to stop its free services, so it should expect mods to stop providing free services. Yes, please do. And as to why the API changes as they stand now are going to harm a ton of people for no good reason. Yes. I plan on not visiting Reddit at all during the darkness, as a way to show my solidarity for my third-party interface of Choice Boost. If any subreddit doesn't shut down, it's just like non-unionized workers crossing a picket line. It's a choice, but they don't really help the cause. No, it's a waste of time. Reddit doesn't care. I didn't even know there were a bunch of apps, let alone use them. Yes. Anything that might help revert these changes. I will seriously quit this bullshit if these changes go live. Yes, absolutely. And not just for the 2 days, either. Indefinitely, or at least until Reddit reverses the API changes. All the main subs should go down. Sure, then I can be forced to not have to deal with this subreddit without having to either be banned or make my own decisions to avoid the subreddit when I need to be doing other things. I support the protest on its principles, but I'm not expecting the protest to be in any way successful no matter how many subs go dark. Don't personally care, because I don't think the protest will do anything, and Reddit will still be Reddit even on that day. I'll just get a bunch of posts from the hundreds of subs that don't normally end up on the top of my feed, or slightly older posts.